Hello, Russia. This is Robert Allen. I'm the author of some very famous books here in America and around the world, books that have been translated into Russian. Multiple Streams of Income is one of my favorites. And The 1 Minute Millionaire is very, very popular around the world. And Cash in a Flash is the title of another one of my books. Now, I'm coming to St. Petersburg on the 29th of November. It's a Thursday. It's an all-day event. And I'm going to be teaching you the content of the books that I just taught you there. How you can start from where you are and you can achieve financial freedom, even if you're starting with a little. Now, I'm famous here in America for having done a challenge where I wrote a book on how to buy real estate with little or no money. Even if you have little, no credit, no cash flow. And they sent me to a major city here in America. They took away my wallet and all of my money, and they sent me into the city. And in 3 days, I had just 3 days with the Los Angeles Times reporter right by my side. And I went into that city and I found some properties. I bought 6 properties in just 3 days with absolutely no money. And I want to tell you that I bought some of those properties and made profit from those properties. And of course, because of the publicity, it was extremely profitable to me because I made millions of US dollars because of that publicity. But the point I'm trying to teach you is that you can start with nothing. You can come with no credit, no cash flow, no collateral, nothing that the banker, you would think the banker needs. And I'll show you how to start right where you are and how you can start to create multiple streams of income. Now, in the books that I shared with you, Multiple Streams of Income, one of the books in Russian, I talk about 10 ways of making lifetime streams of income. So I'm going to go very deep into 3 of those ways. And we're going to talk about the stock market, how you invest your money, and how you be very, very careful. Because I don't want you to be putting money into the stock market unless you're absolutely careful. There's a way to do it, but it's only a minor portion of your wealth. You need to have long-term wealth, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the 3 stages of wealth. We're going to talk about the creation of wealth, how you start with little and take an idea and grow that into great wealth. And then we're going to talk about how you magnify or create more and more wealth. And then finally, how do you keep and how to perpetuate your wealth so you can leave a long-term legacy. And starting with the fundamental basics, I'm going to go into 3 fundamental kinds of knowledge you need to learn. You know, in order to be successful, not only do you need to learn a very detailed, specific knowledge on how to generate wealth, you know, in the books that I've written. And this one here talks about ways to make money quickly. If you have to learn systems. And so on that day-long event, on the 29th of November, I'm going to talk about specifically the details of how you make money starting right from the 29th of November. I want you to be making money within 90 days. I want you to be well on your way to financial freedom within the next year. I want you to be financially free. That's totally out of debt, wealthy, streams of income pouring into your life within 5 years or much sooner than that. And so you need the strategies and the techniques and the systems. So I'll be talking about the systems about the stock market, systems about real estate, systems about making money on the internet, systems about launching your own business. There's just so much to learn. And in this one day, you're going to be blown away because I'm going to get your mindset right. In fact, that's the second type of knowledge. You need system knowledge, how to make money. You need mindset knowledge, how to prepare your mind, because it's a very negative world out there. And so you need to learn how to think like an entrepreneur, not like an employee, not like somebody who is working for the government. You want to be your own boss and you want to control your destiny, control the money that comes into your life so you can magnify it, so you have a huge upside. You know, most people who have a job have a very limited upside. They can only make a little bit more money every year. As an entrepreneur, you can make how much money you make in your salary every year, and you could times that by 1,000 as a entrepreneur on the side. You don't have to leave your job. You can do this on the side, in the morning, in the evening, on the weekends. You can build financial freedom for yourself. And then finally, there's what I call people knowledge. That's how do you persuade people? How do you get them to trust you? How do you bring a team of people together? How do you invite mentors into your life? How do you become a mentor to your team? How do you become a leader? And those three types of knowledge, system knowledge, people knowledge, mindset knowledge, are essential if you want to create wealth in your life. So we'll be talking about, that fundamental basics. Then we'll be going into the streams of income, the businesses you need to launch, and then how you establish your financial infrastructure so you can create wealth that you can perpetuate, that can go on long after you live. So you can leave it to your family and to the charities and the causes and the businesses that are important to you. Now, there are a lot of mistakes you can make in this process. And I don't want you to be making mistakes. I want you to be very careful about how you invest your money, because there are a lot of pitfalls that you can fall into. And I've learned from my own experience, sometimes when you go out there in the world, and if you're not quite ready, you start making mistakes that can cost you fortunes. In my own experience, I know what that's like. I know what it's like to buy the wrong property and have to sell it at a loss in order just to get out and move on to something else. When we talk about real estate, I'm going to talk about exactly the three strategies of making money in real estate and how you avoid the mistakes that most people make. I'm going to teach you how to find great bargains all around you, how you can acquire those bargains, even if you don't have a lot of money to start with, and how you take those bargains and how do you fund them? Where do you get the money to buy them? And so you can put them, put your name on them, so you own them, so you control them. You have to learn how to fund it. Where does the money come from to fund it? And then finally, how do you hold on to it? How do you either turn around and immediately improve it, increase its revenue, and immediately sell it for a big profit? Or how do you keep it and how do you rent it out so it becomes a property that generates cash flow for you? How do you manage it? And there are mistakes that you can make when it comes to management. If you put the wrong tenants in your properties, if they don't pay you the rent, you still have bills you have to pay. So you have to find the right tenant and make sure that you don't make mistakes that many people make when it comes to rental real estate. And there are lots of types of real estate. Residential real estate, where you're renting it out to people who live there. You've got commercial real estate, renting it out to businesses. You've got industrial real estate, renting it out to big industrial companies. There are so many ways of making money in real estate. We're going to start with the basics, the simple ways for ordinary people to do that. And then you can expand into more complicated ways. But if you don't own any real estate now, by the time we finish on November the 29th, I want you to have all the information you need to go out into the world to acquire the more detailed knowledge, because I can't teach you it all in one day. But obviously with the books I have and the things you can learn from the mentors around you, you can learn enough that this year, in the next 12 months, you can be well on your way to financial freedom. So if you avoid the mistakes that stop most people, and if you overcome the fears that most people have, and if you apply the systems that are going to be teaching you, money's going to start pouring into your life. Now, let me just talk a little bit about fear, because this really stops most people. Most people are worried. They want to be careful. They want to be comfortable and safe. They want money streams of income that flow into them in a stable way, and that's what employees think. And most people are employees. Even here in America, which is a great place for entrepreneurship, people who are starting lots of businesses. Here in America, 1 in 7 people, only 1 in 7 is an entrepreneur. What is an entrepreneur? It's a person who wants to own their own business, who wants to create their wealth, who wants to make massive amounts of money, who thinks differently about risk. Yes, they're willing to risk. They don't want to lose, but they're willing to risk to risk to risk with people around them, to tell people around them that they want to be financially free, and to risk a little bit of their money, risk a lot of their time, and this means you have to invest time and money and courage to go out there in the world and to create the kind of businesses that entrepreneurs create. So only 1 in 7 people here in America. In Russia, more than likely, it's about the same number. And I want to be able to teach you how to think like the 1 in 7. How do they think? And I want to download my thinking into your brain. And we're going to put you, we're going to teach you how to network with the people who are around you. We're going to teach you how to have people knowledge that is essential to network. If you don't have the right network of people around you, if you don't know how to network with people, then more than likely your business will not survive. Wealthy people are powerful networkers. They know how to bring people onto their team. They know how to help other people in their projects, so these other people help them. Now, when it comes to the internet, I've taught you 3 ways you're going to be making money in real estate. You're going to find, fund, and farm. That means find good deals, fund those good deals, and then farm them, which is my metaphor for how to turn your real estate into an orchard of money trees. And this money tree concept is what I'm going to teach you, the 9 principles of selecting a perfect business, selecting a perfect real estate investment. Selecting anything you invest your money into has to complete these 9 fundamental principles. And I don't have time today to teach you all 9, but let me just teach you 1. When it comes to the money that flows into your life, one of the principles is to make sure that the business you create has residual streams of income. That means customers that continue to buy from you constantly, and therefore it creates residual or constant or recurring streams of income. This is a huge concept that most business people do not understand. Most business people start a business, they launch their little project, they have a store where they're marketing things, they've got employees, they've got products in the warehouse, they're marketing and selling and shipping products to people around the world. And they get so busy doing the business that they can't escape the business. The business itself becomes a prison. Yes, they're making money, sometimes about as much as they would make if they were an employee working for somebody else. But they have to spend 10, 12, 18 hours a day, imprisoned inside their business because their business doesn't create financial freedom. Why? Because the products that they're marketing are the wrong types of products. They are products that are what I call one-time only products. When you buy the product from that business, the customers only buy once. And then they go buy another product from another company. And therefore, as an entrepreneur, you have to go looking for new customers constantly. Wrong business. You need to create or buy or acquire the kind of business where the customers keep coming back to you consistently, constantly. Now, one of my models for this is Warren Buffett. He is the 3rd richest man in the world, and he owns about 50 businesses. And if you look at every one of his businesses, it fits what I call the money tree formula. So I'm going to be teaching you these 9 principles in the money tree formula. If you look at Warren Buffett's businesses, the one characteristic I taught you, which was residual streams of income or recurring customers that are coming back over and over and over again, he owns a very large percentage of Coca-Cola. And people drink Coca-Cola all around the world 2 and 3 times a day. And therefore, he has recurring customers, which generate recurring streams of income. Very powerful. He also owns an insurance company. And his insurance company is for car insurance. And then every single month, these customers have to pay Warren Buffett and his company called Geico. They have to pay every single month for as long as they have that insurance, sometimes for their lifetime. And therefore, the lifetime value of that customer is enormous. Maybe one customer, one insurance customer, can give Warren Buffett $100,000 in their lifetime because they are a lifetime customer. So what I want to teach you is what I call the money tree formula, and that one of the principles I just taught you is extremely powerful. When you look at a business to buy, when I look at a business to buy, when somebody wants me to invest in their business, I run it through these 9 principles, the money tree formula. It spells the word money tree. And I know that's an English word, but I'll show you in Russian how these 9 characteristics spell M-O-N-E-Y-T-R-E-E, money tree. I want you to have money trees in your life, an orchard of money trees, the kind of trees, the kind of business trees that generate consistent, constant, very low need for employees kind of income. That's like planting a fruit tree. If you plant a fruit tree, yeah, it takes a while to plant the money seed so that money grows into a money tree. You have to water it. You have to fertilize it. You have to work at it, and you don't get money from it for sometimes a year or 2 or 3. But then the money tree produces fruit every year, almost with very little effort on your part. And so that's the formula I'm going to be teaching you. And then we're going to go into the internet, the 3 absolutely critical skills you need on the internet, how to create a product or find a product that people want constantly. And they'll come to your website. How do you drive them to your website? How do you create traffic so that people who are searching for a solution to their problem will find you, will find your website, will come to your website, and we'll leave you their contact information so you can create a database. And how do you manage that database? And how do you use that database to create customers? So that when you build a database of 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 names, with one push of the key to send a message to those 10,000 names, you can make instant money every time you send a message to your customers. Only 0.5% are ever going to respond to you immediately. But those 0.5%, they're going to send you money today. So how do you build a list like that? And how do you nurture a list like that so that they trust you, so they want you, so they want you to be their solution to their problems? When it comes to business, how do you start a business? How do you do it with little money? How do you create almost out of nothing a business that markets products when you're not there, when you're not present? How do you have multiple streams of income pouring into your life 24 hours a day? Now, we'll start small, but I want to teach you the systems and the ways of making money, the mindset, how you need to think, how you need to overcome your fear, your doubt, your worry, how you need to be a leader with a team of people around you so they follow you, so they work with you, sometimes without money. Sometimes your employees work for free because they know they are going to end up with a piece of the profit. And I'm going to share with you during the day we spend together exactly how you launch yourself to wealth. Do you want to be wealthy? Can you imagine yourself 5 years from now with streams of income pouring into you from several different businesses, different types of businesses? So you're diversified. So you don't have just one place where you put all your money. And if that one place fails, then you've lost everything. You need to have multiple streams of income from multiple different sources. So this day we're going to spend together is going to be fantastic. Don't miss it. I guarantee. I'm going to stretch your mind. I'm going to teach you how to see yourself and your own weaknesses and what's holding you back. I'm going to show you how to go through the walls of fear that surround you and how you can go towards this dream you have. I hope you have a dream. I hope you imagine yourself living in a beautiful home or a place where you want to live. something that you can call your own. And I want it to be nice. I want it to be luxurious. I want it to be something that you're proud of. And I want all of your areas of your life. I don't want you to be so focused on money that's all you're doing. I want your life to be balanced. So you have friends, and you have health, and you have free time, and you have hobbies, you're traveling, you're doing what you want to do with your time, because you've created the kind of businesses that give you the time, freedom to do what you want with your life for the rest of your life. I want you to imagine that, because that is the kind of freedom I want to show you how to achieve. So I'll see you there, my friends. I'm looking forward to autographing any books you might have, taking photos with some of you. I'm looking forward to shaking your hands. I know that the day we spend together will change your life. I know it. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Congratulations, my friends. I love Russia. I love coming to visit with my friends in Russia and Kazakhstan and Latvia, all of my Eastern European friends. They are some of the smartest, sharpest people that I've ever met. They are hardworking, dedicated, and I know you can do this. You can. See you there. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye. Thank you.